what if I told you that you could actually start a real profitable side hustle for less than $200 and you can turn it into over $600 in sales? In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I would start a car diffuser business with just about $158. I'll walk you through the supplies I buy, where I get them, how to mix the product, how much it costs per unit, and where to sell it to make your money back and then some. This is one of the easiest and most affordable ways to start a home fragrance business, and I'm going to give you everything you need to get started, even if you've never sold a product before. Car diffusers have become one of my best-selling products. I've sold them online, at vendor fairs, and even through private label deals where other businesses put their branding on my products. They're simple to make, people love them, and they have a low cost with a high perceived value, which is exactly what you want when you're just starting out. And because they're so affordable to produce, you don't need a massive budget or a complicated setup to start selling. You can launch small, test different scents, and build your customer base without taking a huge financial risk. That's what makes this the perfect beginner-friendly side hustle. Let's break down exactly what I'd buy to start a car diffuser business with just about $200. I'm going to show you everything you need to make your first 100 diffusers, assuming you already have a mixing bowl, a spoon, and a basic home printer. We're also going to start with just 4 cents, not 10, not 24. Why? Because starting lean keeps your costs down, helps you test the market faster, and it's much easier to manage inventory and labeling. Plus, having a limited scent lineup actually makes it easier for customers to choose and buy. Here's exactly what I'd get. To start, I'd go to Amazon and get 100 empty diffuser bottles. This is about $40. That's only about 40 cents per bottle. These are the standard 8 milliliter hanging diffuser bottles with a wooden cap. They're affordable, consistent, and come ready to use. Then you want to choose your fragrance oils. Again, we're going to go with 4 cents, and if your preferred supplier has it, we're going to go with the 4-ounce bottles. On Candle Science, that's about $11.04 each. So in total, we're going to spend about $44.16. Choose strong performing scents, something fruity, fresh, clean, and warm. Just make sure the fragrance oils are IFRA compliant for diffuser use and approved for up to 25% usage in category 10A. Some fragrance oils cost more than others, so this is a good average. Then you're going to want your Candle Science Reed diffuser base. We'll get the 5-pound jug. This is the exact base I use in my business. It's lightweight, evaporates well, and carries fragrance beautifully at a 25% load. Then you're going to want your 1x1 shiny square labels from Avery. This is about $17.70. The lowest option comes with about 480 labels and gives your diffusers a clean, professional look. You can customize them using Canva and print them at home. Then you're going to want a syringe pack. This is only about $5. It's super useful for clean, consistent pouring. Again, you can get a whole pack on Amazon. Then this is just an optional thing, but you can get 4x6 packaging bags for about $11. Again, this part is optional, but if you want your diffusers to look giftable or retail ready, packaging them like this goes a long way in making your product stand out. So your total startup cost comes to about $163, or around $174 if you include the packaging. And that gives you enough materials to make and label 100 finished car diffusers ready to sell. Now let's talk about what this $163 investment can actually earn you. If you sell all 100 diffusers at just $6 each, which is a fair and competitive price, that's $600 in total revenue. Subtract your $163 startup cost and you're left with about $437 in profit. And if you chose to add the packaging for an extra $11, bringing your total to $174, you're still clearing $426 in profit. Either way, that's over a 250% return on your money from a product you can make at home in batches with minimal tools. And remember, once you've sold that first batch, you already have your syringes, labels, and basic materials. So that means the next round of inventory will cost even less and bring in even more profit. This is the kind of product that's not only fun and easy to make, but gives you real profit, potential, and room to grow. Let me quickly walk you through how easy it is to make your car diffusers once you have your supplies. You're going to mix 25% fragrance oil with 75% Reed diffuser base. So for example, if you're making a 4-ounce mixture, that's 1 ounce of fragrance oil and 3 ounces of base. This is when you're going to pour both into a clean mixing container using your bowl or a measuring cup and give it a gentle stir. Make sure everything is mixed thoroughly. Then, using a syringe or small funnel, fill each 8 milliliter diffuser bottle one at a time. Once filled, you seal the cap tightly and apply your label. If you're using the optional 4x6 packaging, this is where you'd slide the diffuser in and seal the bag. That's it. There's no cure time, no heating, no long wait. They're ready to use and ready to sell immediately. You can make a full batch of these in under an hour once you get into a rhythm. Now that you've got your product made, let's talk about how to actually sell it. The great thing about Car Diffusers is that you don't need a full-blown website to get started. You can sell your first batch using tools you already have at your disposal, like social media and your personal network. Start by posting on Instagram or Facebook, especially on stories or local groups. Let people you know you've got handmade car diffusers available and share the scent option. You'd be surprised how quickly people will buy, especially when the price point is only $6. You can also list them on Facebook Marketplace or bring a small display with you to work, school, or even church, wherever you're already interacting with people. Another great option, vendor fairs. I've been to events that cost as low as $25 to join and still walked away with hundreds of dollars in profit. Because these are low cost, high margin products, you don't need to sell a ton to make your booth fee back, and then some. You can also talk to local car washes, barbershops, or salons about carrying a few of your diffusers at the counter. They're great as impulse buys and easy to pitch as a clean, affordable upgrade to someone's space. Once you've sold your first batch, the smartest thing you can do at this point is to reinvest your profits. You already have your syringes, labels, and tools, so your next round of inventory will cost even less. That means bigger profit margin, or the ability to level up your branding, or add more scent options, or you can improve your packaging. You can also take what you learned from your first sales, which scent sold best, where you had the most success, and double down on what's working. That's how you start scaling this from a small side hustle into a steady stream of income. The more consistent you are, the more trust you'll build with your customers, and the more they'll come back. If you've been waiting for the perfect low-cost side hustle to start, this is definitely it. You can launch a real product-based business for under $200 and turn that into over $600 in sales. You've got the formula, the supply list, the pricing, and the process. Now the only thing left to do is take action. If you're thinking about starting your own car diffuser line, drop a comment and let me know which scents you'd launch first. I'd love to hear about your ideas, and I'm happy to answer any questions you have about getting started. And if you love the idea of selling car diffusers but don't want to make them yourself, I do offer private label options. I handle the production, and you can brand the diffusers as your own and still keep a healthy profit margin. If that sounds like a better fit, feel free to email me. My email is in the description. I'd be happy to discuss what that could look like for your business. Also, if you want to go deeper and learn how I make my diffusers last for over 4 weeks, check out the video linked below. That one walks through my exact recipe, tips, and how to avoid common mistakes. Make sure to subscribe if you want more real, actionable content on how to grow your candle or fragrance business. I share everything I've learned, the wins and the mistakes, so you don't have to figure it all out the hard way. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.